The UEFA Nations League 2025, the quarterfinals have officially been over with, have officially closed. The window has closed. And there's a couple teams to talk about, a couple teams to watch that are going into the final four stage of the UEFA Nations League. We just concluded the final four stage of the CONCACAF Nations League, and now we're here to talk about the final four of the UEFA Nations League 2025. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Hope you guys take a like of it, like this video. Hope you guys subscribe to this video. Hope you guys show some support to this video, and hope you guys like my opinion and what I've said about the final four of the UEFA Nations League. Here was the first game of the quarterfinals of the UEFA Nations League 2025. Germany versus Italy. The 3-3 thriller, 6-goal thriller that was played out between Germany and Italy in an aggregate final score of 5-4. And in addition to Germany, qualifying to the final four of the UEFA Nations League and disqualifying Italy from yet another big tournament. Italy already got disqualified from World Cup 2018, World Cup 2012, 2022 in Qatar. Italy got eliminated from the Euro 2024. And there's just a lot of disqualifies, a lot of eliminations from Italy, a lot of just not so good, performances from the Italians. Even though they have a good team, even though they have players to compete with other teams, like they know how to play good football, but it's just something's going on with Italy, and the rivals Germany. Germany is always a team where they're good or they're bad or they're good or they're bad, but besides what type of form they're in, they're always going to be good because that's Germany. Germany's a powerhouse in the world of football. They're just good. They're professional. They're professionals. A professional national team is what I'm trying to say here. They're a great team. Even if they're bad, even if they don't make out group stage of World Cups and stuff like that, Germany will always, beat you or be the better one out of you because it's just Germany. Whatever the amount of honor and glory that Germany holds in the world of football, just they could use that to go forward. To win games and like to win nail biters. Win games in crunch time. Germany, they're always gonna be good. For me, in my opinion, it's not that hard to beat Germany, but Germany, they're always gonna get the better edge of you. Doesn't matter who you are. Yeah, here's a good, clear little look at the starting 11 between Germany and Italy. Just to start things off with Germany, Baumann, no Manuel Neuer, no Ter Stegen, Jonathan Tah, Rudiger, Kimmich, Schlotterbeck as a left back, Stiller, Goretzka, Mittelstadt, Musiala, Leroy Sané, and this new guy looking like Klein Dienst. Don't know how to pronounce that name, but you know, he scored a goal, which is the most important thing. On the other side, Italy, a little bit of Maldini's, I think, son, Moise Kean, Giovanni Di Lorenzo, Nicolo Varela, Ricci, Tonali, Udogi, shout out Chris, Bastoni, Buongiorno, Gotti, and Donnarumma. You see, Italy has a good team. In my opinion, I wouldn't start Maldini there. Let me take a quick look at the bench, bro. It's because I don't like Casadei either. I would have started Raspadori maybe, but also I wouldn't play three back either. But I mean that's how Italy got eliminated because of playing Maldini up top, playing a guy like Ricci in the midfield. I don't know, but like looking at this bench, you could have put out other better players like maybe for example Sakagni, Villanova, Rovella, Ruggeri. Those are just a couple names to put out there that would have done a better job than the ones on the pitch. Now for Germany here, obviously they got the result that they needed, but Goretzka he's getting older. Mittelstadt, he's a good player. Obviously, I don't know about this guy. I don't know nothing about this guy. Stiller, good player. Germany put out a good team out too. Let's see their bench. Bisek, Adeyemi, Undav. You see, I'm a Undav fan. He's good, but they gave this guy the chance, and he did the job. So nothing really too much to say there. David Raum is good. You know, Germany has a good starting 11 plus a bench. So good for Germany that they got the result that they needed and that they're now installed in the final four stage of the UEFA Nations League 2025. Let's take a look at the other game. A Portugal-Denmark thriller where Portugal punished and plummeted and and penetrated Denmark in a 5-2 abomination game. Ronaldo on the scoreline. Ronaldo's 50, 60, 70. You know, he's not going to get tired of putting balls inside the net. 5-3 on the aggregate. And this Denmark team was very close to upset because they won in the first leg. They beat Portugal in the first leg, but the second leg was a catastrophe. 5-2 catastrophe. Portugal's in the final four, and I'm pretty sure they're going up against Germany in the final four, which we'll talk about later. The starting 11s: Portugal, a 4-3-3, Diego Costa, Ignacio Mendes, Diaz, Dalot, Fernandez, Vitinha, Silva, Conceição, CR7, and Rafa Leao. A good team. I just don't like the keeper, but a good team. I don't like Dalot either. I don't like Bernardo Silva either. Here I could have done Vitinha, Joao Neves, and Bruno Fernandes. But besides those points that I don't like, good team. Denmark, on the other hand, that got absolutely molested. We got Højlund, Isak, Eriksen, Lindstrom, Højlund, I think that's how you pronounce it, Norgard, Nielsen, Anderson, Vestergaard, Dogu, and Peter Schmeichel. Peter Schmeichel, another guy who could be 50, 60 years old, and he's still going to be in under the three posts of Denmark. Looking at the bench, you know, obviously the regular team. But yeah, good for Portugal for beating Denmark, but not only beating Denmark, but like giving belt to Denmark in a 5-2. The next phase, the next group of teams that are in this that qualified for the final four stage. Let's take a look at it. A Spain, Netherlands. This was a good game. I managed to see just a little bit of this game, but this was a very good game. I watched the first leg, and the first leg decided the rest of the legs for this Spain-Netherlands matchup because Netherlands played good. They played very good against a Spain that was favorites against Netherlands. I had Spain beating Netherlands 3-0, 4-0, or 4-1 maybe. But Spain, man, they weren't that good to begin with. They didn't play good in the first leg. Coming off a Euro 2024 champions winner, they didn't play up to expectations, but they got the result that they wanted on penalties. It went all the way to penalties because Netherlands put up a great fight. You know, I wouldn't have been surprised if Netherlands beat Spain, but you know, fortunately for Spain, they got through with a Lamine Yamal, obviously a Lamine Yamal, Visca Barca. But even though he missed his pen, they still got through, which is most important thing. Unai Simon, a brand new debutant, Hodgson, Cucurella, Lenormand, Mingueza, Zubimendi, Fabian Rees, Nico Williams, Dani Olmo, Lamine Yamal, and Michael Oyarzabal. Don't like Oyarzabal for nothing. I don't like him for nothing. But Spain giving out what they gave out in the Euro 2024, you know, similar lineups. And Netherlands with a Memphis Depay, who's in Brazil, who's pulling the strings in Brazil. Justin Kluivert, I like Justin Kluivert. He's Patrick Kluivert's son. Jeremy Frimpong, Cody Gakpo, Frankie de Jong, Reinders. I like Reinders. Great player. Geertruida, Van Heyck, Van Dijk, Ian Madsen, and Verbruggen. A good Netherlands team. This is going to be a good team in the 2026 World Cup. Pretty good team. You know, nothing. I can't say no negative things about this team. They're a good, solid team, composed team. You know, they know what they're doing. A good bench. Xavi Simmons, who came and scored a penalty last minute. Besides, they have a way better bench than Spain, unless, yeah, obviously taking out Pedri, because Pedri is the best midfielder in the world right now. Ferran Torres, the Shark, Megan Marino, Pedro Porro, Alejandro Grimaldo. I'm a Alejandro Grimaldo fan. Besides that, I give Netherlands the edge because they have a better bench, you know. But good for Spain that they're not in the Final Four, and we're about to see who they play in the Final Four 2026 of the UEFA Nations League. They're playing against a France, a familiar France. Another France-Spain matchup from the Euro 2024. France managed to get the edge off against Croatia. Another good game. Another 50-50 game. Another game where I had France beating Croatia like 3-0, 4-0. But it somehow, some way, went to penalties. Croatia put up a great fight. An underdog, obviously, always against France. But Croatia, they're getting there. They've been playing France, you know, like face to face a couple games before, and they're getting there because they're trying to brush off a little bit of the wounds that they had against the 2018 World Cup in that 4-2 game. But Croatia, they're going there slowly, but slowly. They're getting there to top level football. But Croatia, man, hard out to Croatia, man. Like, put up an amazing fight, pull up the best fight in the quarterfinals installation of this Nations League. But man, France managed to pull through in penalties. I don't know how they did it, but they did it, you know. Mike Maignan, William Saliba, Upamecano, Jules Koundé, who missed his penalty, sadly for Barca fans, but you know, there's not gonna be good thing anytime soon. There's not gonna be a penalty shootout between Barca and anybody else. Theo Hernandez, best left back in the world. Aurelien Chouameni, I think that's how you pronounce it, Chouameni. Manu Kone, Barcola, I don't like Barcola. Olise, Ousmane Dembele, and Kylian Mbappe. That didn't do much this game. Croatia, an aging Croatia with Perisic and Budimir and Modric. I think Kaleta Kar is pretty old too, maybe. I'm not so sure. But an olden Croatia who still put up numbers and gave France a good run for their money. You know, they surprised them. You know, they weren't France underestimated them. They took them all the way to pens, couldn't get what they wanted, but put up a good fight, and the future looks bright. Obviously, you know, even with their aging stars, with Budimir, Perisic, Modric, they're still a good team. They're still a good team going forward. Obviously, they're going to have a good 2026 World Cup campaign, and they're a good team, especially the goalie, Livakovic. All of this started when they eliminated Brazil in the 2022 World Cup. Matter of fact, let's go back 2018. All this started when they were runners-up at the 2018 World Cup, and they've been just going up since. They got guys like Mario Pasalic, Ivanovic, Vlasic, Sosa, Juranovic, Ivusic. They have good guys in the bench. Good Croatia bench. France, Camavinga, Desiree Doué, Colomboigny, Zeri Emery, Pavard, Digne, Rabiot, Konate, Guendouzi, Klaus, Chevalier. We could just keep on going and going and going. France, stacked team. Like I said, I had them dissimulating Croatia, but they didn't. Croatia, a little round of applause to Croatia for doing what they did, and you know, hopefully they keep it up because they're a good mouth-watering team, good team to look out for, you know, in the next coming years. Now let's talk about a little bit of what is going to be the final four of the UEFA Nations League. Very first game we're going to have at our disposal to watch, to enjoy, to admire will be the Germany Portugal Final Four of the Nations League, UEFA Nations League. Germany versus Portugal, tough game. This could go either Germany's way or Portugal game. This is a one elimination game. I like more Portugal than Germany. I like how Portugal plays more than Germany. Ooh, Germany obviously is going to put up a fight. Portugal is going to put up a fight. Portugal have to be careful because if Germany get under Portugal's skin, this game could be over like this. But in recent years, Germany doesn't tend to just finish games like that. But then again, Portugal's good defensively. I don't think they're gonna let Germany attack or score goals. I don't think Germany has a good attack to score goals. And I'm gonna give the edge to Portugal. Portugal being the first finalists of the UEFA Nations League's Final Four. Portugal because they have a good attack, they have a good midfield, and they could do bits and pieces with their defense. So I think that this is gonna be the Portugal in the final of the UEFA Nations League. Now let's talk about the other side, the mouth-watering matchup, the one that we all want to watch, the prime time game, the crunch time game, the ones to watch game, the game that you can't miss no matter what you're doing. That will be the Spain-France. 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 Mouth-watering, nail-biter, ones to watch game, primetime game, crunch time game. Spain-France. For the final ticket in the Final Four of the Nations League. UEFA Nations League. Another game that could go both ways. I don't see any clear favorites here. None like France and none like Spain. Spain hasn't been playing good. France hasn't been playing good either. They both managed to squeeze by on penalty shootouts against their rivals. It all depends on Mbappe if he's gonna do a good job here. It all depends on Yamal if he's gonna do a good job here. Obviously, I'm gonna go bias answer. I'm gonna go with Spain, Barcelona, Yamal, Pedri, Cubarsí, Inigo, Martinez. Obviously, I'm gonna give Spain the edge, but I wouldn't be surprised if France beats Spain in what is the revenge from the Euro 2024. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Like I said, it's up to Mbappe if he wants to show up on that day. If he wants to do something on that day against Spain that day. It's up to him. If he comes and scores a hat trick, then Spain would easily win this game. I mean, France would easily win this game. Spain would easily lose this game. 50-50 game, man. Honestly, I think De La Fuente from Spain, the coach, I think he's a maestro. He's a mastermind, and he's going to be able to win this game. Maybe minimum 1-0, 2-1. He'll be able to get this game away in his pocket with one goal difference. But if he doesn't do good, if he doesn't play as he wants to play, like he doesn't put out the good players that he needs, the solid players, a good defense, good midfield, good attack, they're not gonna be able to win this game. If this goes to pens, imagine this game goes to pens. That would be really entertaining. I don't know who would take it on pens. I think Spain will take it on pens, just because France's history on pens isn't that good. They managed to barely survive against Croatia, but they're not good on pens. I think France also lost on pens in the Euros. I think maybe. But before that, obviously, remember the World Cup 2022 finale penalty shootout where they weren't good, and they're just not good in pens. If they go to pens, Spain will win it. And that might be the best way possible for Spain to win this game. Like I said, it all depends on the Spanish manager. All depends on Yamal. And if both those things don't happen and this game goes to pens, Spain has it in the bag. Spain finale. Portugal, Spain finale. And that game I will talk about in a different video. But yeah, Spain, Portugal for the grand finale of the UEFA Nations League 2025 trophy. And what else more to say? Spain and Portugal, good teams, great teams, pretty good teams. Portugal wanting to show a little bit more power going into 2026 World Cup too. especially to get some sort of revenge against Argentina. You know, the CR7 Messi rivalry. But yeah, Spain, Portugal, the final topic to discuss in a different video coming soon. Once these games get over with, maybe France beats Spain, maybe Germany beats Portugal, and we get a Germany-France installation. But you never know. Hopefully, we see different games, you know, something different, something. Hopefully, we see good games, is what I'm trying to say here. Hopefully, both games go to penalty shootouts. Hopefully, both games are 3-3, 4-4, 2-2, 1-0, 3-0. You know, people want to get entertained. You know, people want to see good games, good soccer. You know, good, let's say, good entertainment. You know, good displays from these teams, from these European teams in the UEFA Nations League Final Four. They just want to see good teams, good games, and as long as we see good games, I don't care who gets to the final. Obviously, I would care if Spain makes it to the final, but I don't care. As long as we see entertainment from these Final Four fixtures. And I'm going to leave it as that, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys liked the video. Hope you guys subscribe to the video. Hope you guys share the video. Notifications to the video. You know, show some support on the video. And show support on the channel. Super Sports channel. And I will see you guys in the next one. You know, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, like I said. And yeah, I'll always be here. Be here soon. Videos coming your way. Make sure you turn on notifications so you don't miss a single video that's coming your way. And much more content. See you in the next one.